All right, so last but not least, we're gonna create this chamfer right here all around our part, okay? So it's gonna be created all around here. So let's go ahead and turn off the last operations toolpath right here and go ahead and start by creating this. So go ahead and click on 2D toolpath and it's still gonna be contour, okay? For this one, remember in the last operation, we've selected this bottom edge. For this one, let's go ahead and select this edge. Now, not the top one, but this edge right here. So I'm gonna zoom in real quick, select it, and then go down and select tangencies. Now, if you can't see it because it's a little bit off the screen, let me go back real quick, zoom in towards the top, select this edge, and click on select tangency. And there you go, Solidworks will select this entire toolpath all around my part. Now, if it doesn't go all around this, the entire part, make sure you can come over here and select this edge as well. So now you have that going through the entire part. So now that you have that done, come over here to chain and make sure we set a starting point. Okay, so make sure you select chain, come down, and then you're gonna see the start point is right here. I'd rather it not be here. Again, I don't want my tool to come down randomly anywhere. In this one, because we've machined the pocket already, it's not bad, but I still like to see the start point be around an edge or a corner, outside edge or corner of the part. Much safer. So go back and over here, and let's go ahead and select it the same way we've selected to start machining the outside contour. Select it to be right here. So move it all the way back until you get right here and click on OK. All right, for the tool, you're going to come over here under tool. And for this one, we are forced to use a new tool. So we're going to have to actually go here to filter, end mill, and let's go ahead and select 0.5. We're going to have a 0.5, I'm sorry, not an end mill. We're going to come over here under chamfer mill, 1/2 inch, and then click on OK. All right, so what I've done over here is I've actually done a mistake. I filtered from the tools that are here. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to uncheck this, go back to select tool, library tool, and then go to filter over here. Make sure I have this selected and then click on OK. I've already selected these, so that's why the default goes back to them. You know, the last tool that I've selected. So go ahead and click on OK. And there's your 1/2 inch chamfer mill. Now click on OK. So it now says tool selected is not defined as being capable of both roughing and finishing. This is just a warning. Now we're not roughing or finishing, obviously. We're just creating a chamfer. So we're going to say OK to accept that. Okay? Make sure rapid retract is there. And again, you can always come over here, change the name of the tool, and also change some aspects of them, some different corner radius if you want to change a little, things here and there. You can. Again, in this tutorial, I will not do that. Okay? So holder, and it doesn't matter for me what holder you use. Let's just keep it as the default holder. And then cutting parameters. So the only thing we're going to have to change over here is come over here under 2D chamfer, and you're going to see two new options. First is the width. The width is what you get from the drawing. So if you open up your drawing, you're going to see that I have it over here as 0.1 times 45-degree chamfer. So I need to make sure that it's 0.1. Okay? And it's already selected as 0.1. And the next is the tip offset. Obviously, you don't want it to be machining right at the tip. You want that tip to come down a little bit so you don't get any burrs on the edge right here. And usually what I like to use is I like to see it go over by 0.1. So do 0.1 by 0.1, and you can always see them. You can always zoom in and see the operation take place so you can see what's going on. Okay? So leave it at that. Come over here under stock to leave on wall and select 0. I'm not leaving anything. I'm just going to be doing one pass through the entire part. Now the depth cut, we're going to leave that as off. Come over here under lead in and lead out. We're going to keep everything the same. We're not going to be breaking through. So go ahead and uncheck that. Multi-pass is always going to be off. It's also going to be off. We're not going to be doing any extra passes. Okay. Link and parameters. Everything is going to stay the same as it is. Just make sure for the depth you select absolute. And just select 0 over here for it. Okay. After you're done with that, you're welcome to turn on the coolant if you want. Usually for chamfers like these, it's not very necessary. It'll depend on the material and how much of a chamfer you're making, obviously. But we'll go ahead and get in the habit of turning the coolant on as a flood. And click on OK. And again, it's going to show that the tool comes down here and ends here. So it already again shows that, and there you go, you can follow the blue line all the way across. So that means you know that it is creating the chamfer. But let's go ahead and verify that to make sure that it works. So go ahead and click on your verify selected operation, and this is only going to be one operation, but you're going to notice that the block, the entire stock is still there. So one good thing to do, I'm going to exit out of that, is actually to select both this and the last operation together by holding shift and selecting both of them. Okay, so there's 1 and 2 operations. So now you got toolpath for both of these operations. And then go to verify screen. All right, so let's go ahead and do the first one. Click on play. And it's going to finish that first one. And I paused it real quick because there's a line right here, and this is where my second operation starts. So always, every time you see this line, that means this is one operation and this is a second operation that you've selected. So as you can see again, it's going to come down here. Here, I'm going to start it over again so I can see it slowly. So I'm going to come over here, slow it down, and press play. And you're going to see it's machining this part, the pocket right now, and then it's going to get to the chamfer right about here, and you're going to see that the part goes all around our entire part right here. Exactly. Now, obviously, it's going to look like this here because we haven't showed this bottom part. So let's go ahead and verify our entire operation so we know our part is going to look exactly like this being finished. Go ahead and select all operations by clicking this button. You're going to see all the toolpath, and then click on verify operations. Go ahead and click on play. And there you go. You're going to see the first operation. Take out that open contour. Then you're going to see the facing operation take place. And then you're going to see the open pocket machining going around your entire part. And there you go. There's your chamfer all around the part. Looks really nice. I can rotate my part, look at it, make sure everything looks good, and it does. If I go back to my part, you're going to notice that it looks exactly the same. I'm going to turn off my operation. It looks really good. Okay, and there you go. This concludes our exercise number 1. So in our future exercises, we'll be getting a little bit more difficult as we go along. So we'll go a little bit faster. The harder material gets, the faster we go. The more we learn this stuff, basically, the more the parameters we learn, I'll just be going in and changing parameters. And obviously, anything new, I'm going to be explaining. And every single exercise, there's going to be something new that we're going to be learning. And I will be going over that new thing in every exercise slowly. But most of these things that we've created, for example, any of the parameters that we've changed, we will be going over it fast from now on, so we're not wasting time explaining everything in every exercise.